My friend Ellen lent me this book because of my recent pie desire. So I'm going to read it for the first time here with you. It's called Sweet Dream Pie. Sweet Dream Pie by Audrey Wood. Pictures by Mark Teague. And there's some sort of weird animal here with bare feet. I wish he would put on socks. Where is this cat sleeping exactly? Is this a roof? I haven't slept a wink tonight, Pa said. I've been craving a piece of sweet dream pie, just like the one you made me long ago. The last time I made you that pie, you ate too much, Ma grumbled, and your dreams weren't sweet. Goodness gracious. Cats everywhere! Pa Brindle blew the cobwebs off the trunk. What's gonna happen? This is very curious. Look at this enormous rolling pin. What the deuce is this? And this guy fell on his head. The Brindles carried the extra large utensils down to the kitchen and began to make the pie. When the dough was ready, Ma rolled it out on the table, and when she did, all the people on Willoughby Street, including little Amy McPherson, rolled out of their beds and onto their floors. Goodness gracious. I see what's gonna happen. Ugh. Gumdrop flew into the air and rained down with marshmallows, candy corn, cinnamon hots, chewing gum, chocolate drops, butterscotch, licorice sticks, lollipops, sugar cubes, jelly beans, candy sprinkles, cookies, and more. Get this cat out of the kitchen, man. What is the cat doing? And look at this guy. He's just throwing it in with abandon. Abandon, I say. The bowl began to glow. A thick, sweet syrup. How is it baking? It's not even in the oven yet. Okay. Ma crimped the edges and Pa poked the steam holes. The crust began to move, as if the things inside were trying to get out. This is a disturbing pie. Pa shoved the pie into the oven and slammed the door. Quickly, he turned the oven dial past bake, broil, and roast to a setting that simply said special. Huh. It was too hot to eat much, so everyone just picked at dinner and thought about the pie cooking in Ma's kitchen, which I suppose is over here. This is where the wafts are floating in from. They're eating their dinner. The dog's about to eat this guy's liver here. He's gonna give it to the dog when his mom's not looking. Should always be watching. They were all thrilled except little Amy McPherson. Amy could eat no pie because it made her sneeze. You can't eat pie! Amy McPherson, Pa Brindle, and Johnny Luntz carried the pie out and set it down. There's so many animals in this town. Look at all these dogs. Steam rose up from the pie and a thick fog settled over the neighborhood. They needed the fog earlier when it was so hot. For the first time in 13 hours, Willoughby Street cooled down. Ma cut the pie as the neighbors lined up. And there's another creature. Look how large that cat is. You would think that because of the perspective that it's close to where you're at, but it actually to me just looks like it's a very large cat, which is worse than a small cat. Now be careful, she warned. Look how the slice is here, and then it's just fitting on a plate there. It's very strange. This pie is very rich. One piece is all you need. And Pa Brindle, he looks sneaky. You can tell that he's been eating too much pie. Suddenly, all they wanted to do was go home and snuggle in their cozy beds. Some made it, and others dozed off along the way. Like these animals who look like they're dead on the side of the road. She went inside to get her broom. Oh my goodness! Wow. That's when the dreaming began. Pa Brindle's dream was the first to pop out. Bigger than a dump truck, it galloped through the neighborhood, whistling for the others to follow. Dreams of every shape, size, and color drifted up from their dreamers and began to sport and play. All of the dreamers on Willoughby Street tossed and turned in their restless sleep. I suppose this is the big one from the Brindles. This big fat guy with the bubble belly. He's got a funny spotted tie. Got maybe some sort of alligator, dragon, demon here. A snake is crawling up here. This is a snail, and over him is floating a fish. We've got a cow guy sort of crawling out the window. I can't really tell what this is, but up here is King Kong hiding in the background. The dreams were too happy and too excited, doing things they shouldn't do. Well, Just look at that madness. There's this guy again. He's a creepy one. When all of the dreamers, including Pa Brindle, sighed with relief and finally settled in for a good night's sleep. We'll see about that. Can one tiny whisk broom clear away this madness? Look at this, a flying rabbit. Over here is the guy from the lamp pole, I think. Hopefully that broom works. From her bedroom window, little Amy McPherson watched it all, and for once in her life, she was glad she could eat no pie. Good call, Amy McPherson. Alright, well, I just finished Sweet Dream Pie, and it did make me want more pie. I think it's pretty clear what the sort of metaphorical illusions are behind this supposed children's story. Between the dessert as a theme, a dessert filled with strange things, everybody getting sleepy after eating the dessert, smoke wafting everywhere, everyone seems to have a case of the munchies at one point. Besides that, the sort of extra physical ability of the different aspects of the dessert, you could fit into odd places. It has sort of multicolored, faceted qualities to it, and at the end everybody starts hallucinating when they finish the dessert. I think it's pretty clear what it's talking about here. I still want pie, and I still think that animals don't belong in the kitchen. I would like to thank Ellen for sharing this book with me.